Gotta change it now. We're live. The blue doesn't work. And I didn't do a thumbnail. That's what you get for doing it late. Hey, good evening. I'm hoping this is going to be the last time I do this late. Next week, we'll be back to normal hours because I think everything's good on, knock on wood, everything's good with the connection and the bandwidth with the Windows update. And this is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I hope you're doing well. Tonight, I want to talk about how to rapidly get ideas for the team to go and work on using Fibonacci to estimate value, and then using customer-focused spikes to develop something, or spikes to develop a product fast, rapidly, to decide whether or not your company wants to invest in. Because people always want to change the development cycle of people, make it faster. But that's not the long pole in the process. The long pole in the process is all the stuff before and 6 months of business analysts and business cases and yet the yin yang, whether or not you want to spend money on it. Oh, and we're going to do Fortune Cookie Friday. Got to do Fortune Cookie Friday. So that's the topics for today. And I'm going to share them with you to help you bring value to your customer in a way that you don't have to work crazy hours, get home to family and friends, have a little fun, and enjoy life, enjoy work too. People, so they work on so many things. There's no fun. It's no fun analyzing prospective income on something. It's more fun getting the income, to be honest with you. So let's talk about that. So I got my trusty whiteboard out, my little whiteboard, and I did a Scrum scavenger hunt the other day with a bunch of Agile coaches, and one of the things I asked for is, okay, find me a dry erase marker and a whiteboard. Those are two things they had to find. Oh, I actually found a dry erase. I don't think I did the whiteboard. I wanted to do the whiteboard, but that would have been mean, cruel. But most of us have this. Actually, one guy actually had this because he used it in an interview, which was a good idea. So, talk about value. Data. Spikes, my favorite. And Fibonacci series. And as we know, Fibonacci series is just a numbering system, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. How do I memorize these numbers? It's really easy. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. 5 plus 8 is 13. 8 plus 13 is 21. Isn't that pretty cool? Once you get that down and you realize it's just adding on, you don't have to memorize anything. You just memorize the sequence, right? So it's a great way of doing it. All right. So we got the Fibonacci series, right? So here's the idea. Concept I had talking with someone, they're talking about value and how to figure it out. And they're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah, you could do analyze. So many companies want to let's put a dollar value associated with the work we're going to do. How much we're going to save? What's the value? How many hours? And all this. And nobody wants to write that down, because once you start getting into the numbers, they're like, oh my God, it's got to be exactly accurate. And so this is where the Fibonacci series numbers come from, and also works with sizing the work. So the idea being, let's say you have a list of stuff, right? You have a list of epics, ideas, concepts, initiatives, whatever you want to call them. The idea is to say, okay, and if I took my pen, I got a blue pen, I got a regular pen, and I got a fortune cookie, okay? And they might say, okay, which do you want to start working on first? I don't know. Which one do I want to work on? So what you do is you say, okay, ask the team, ask your stakeholders. So the idea being the stakeholders, you would get your little stakeholders together. Wish I could draw as well as my daughter. So you get your stakeholders, so please forgive me. And you got stakeholders, right? The stakeholders, I don't know, stakeholders, they're all there, right? You got these stakeholders. Or you just use your gut feeling. What do you think has more value, right? You decide here, is one of those things more value than another one? Okay, is the pen. So let's say the dry erase marker is a middle. The pen would be less. And the fortune cookie would be the most valuable. Because it's fortune cookie variety. Okay. And this would be average. And this would be 1. Right? So I get the 1, 2, 3. But let's say we say, okay, this is going to be a 5 from the Fibonacci series. Okay. Is the pen bigger and smaller? Not looking for a factor, not looking for a number. Is the pen going to bring us more or less value than the dry erase? If it's true, then you give it a 3. Okay. How about the fortune cookie? Is the fortune cookie going to bring us more value than the dry erase or the pen or what? Let's say it is. Let's say, yeah, it's the next level. So you get an 8. Okay. So these are the values you put associated with what you want to work. So you get 3, 5, and 8. So you think 8's going to bring us the most value. Then what you do is you use a spike for a week to develop some code, do a sample, do a focus group, just like that book, The Sprint by Knapp that I like to share. This helps you guide you. Okay, these are potential value or ROI. What do you think? You can say ROI. Maybe it's ROI. Return on investment. What do you think is going to give us the most return? Selling fortune cookies, dry erase markers, or pens, right? Maybe it is. Maybe the fortune cookies are the least amount of return on investment. I don't know. It's whatever the person. That's why you have them in places, managers and salespeople and all that. They should be able to tell you or give you an idea. This one should bring us more value than that one. Okay, if this one's the most value, we're going to do a little spike in it. Why do I say this? Because big companies spend months and thousands and tens of thousands of dollars analyzing whether or not they should develop something or should go to business on something. So why not just do a quick run, right? Because it takes them months to do this. They can stay in the IDA. I've seen stuff that's been around for like a year. Like, we're going to do this. It's going to take a year to do it. I'm like, really? A year? 3 years? What are you doing? Right? So you do the quick value analysis, and this is all done on a whiteboard in a room, rapid fashion. You got a bunch of priority items. Figure out which one has more value. Okay. Then you go out and say, okay, these are the ones with the most value, or however you want to do it. Let's spike this, try it out, build a little product, build a website, build a sample, get feedback from the customer. If it works out, then you build it up. Then you hire your 10 teams and you go build it. You can apply the same thing to anything, really. You can do it to a sprint backlog. Let's say it was your sprint backlog, right? You could do 2 factors. One, the developers in the sprint backlog or refinement have already kind of sized up what work to be done. Let's say for each story, you don't want to try to figure out value. You don't want to put, oh God, this story saves 10,000. This one brings up 5, and this brings $1. For savings or money profit. So why don't you say it has more value? And that value can be anything the way you think. Customer focus, customer expectations, savings, dollars, whatever. And you can do a rapid thing. Here's the value, and you can look at how much work to do. And you can do a little mathematical formula, or you can see whatever has the, you really want the least. I don't know if you want the least. It's very hard to do it. You just want to make sure that whatever that quadrant is gives you the easiest done first. That gives you the most value. So maybe you, instead of doing the easiest work first, but maybe they're all ones, right? Maybe they're all 1-point stories, but some of them have more value that if you release to the public or your customer will give you more return by having that Fibonacci series values in the stories rather than dollars. Because if you have 40 things in a backlog, are you really going to want to try to calculate to the penny how many hours you save, how many dollars. No, you're not going to want to. So use that little Fibonacci series things. Which one's bigger, less, or more, right? Is it a 2? It's average. That's the same. Boom. Is this bigger, average, same? Boom. And you just do it. Just like get cards. You know what? Maybe you just use the cards, right? I got Mountain Goat software cards. There we go. Maybe just use the Mountain Goat software cards. So I love these. They're nice. I like what he does. I like supporting people when they do stuff. Is it an 8 on the value? Is it a 2 on the value? And just do a rapid thing with your product owners, product managers, and everyone just says, yeah, based on what you told me, I think it's a 1 on the value. Wow, that was a great idea. I think that's an 8 on the value. Just what your gut thinks. It helps you prioritize your backlog and time for sprint planning. Maybe that would be a better way of using this technique, but there's multiple ways. So it gives you a rapid idea of value, not overthinking it. Take you 15, 30 minutes to go through all your backlog, put a value number in 30 minutes. You combine that with whatever the dev team says from a story point value. So you can do it on value, like whatever has the highest and the easiest to get done goes up top maybe. And you submit that as your possible order you'd like to get stuff done. Now, the dev team's going to rearrange it a little bit based on what they think they should do first, or there's some technical things that they might think. But as far as you as a product owner suggesting, this is what I think the order I would like to do because I want to make sure this theoretically is easier based on our refinement session. And based on what we think is the value, this has a higher value. So I want them top on the list in the sprint. That way, all this, you get value in your sprint. There's always going to be one. Okay, that's the honest truth. It's always going to be 1 or 2. Because otherwise you're not pushing it, right? You want to get all the ones with the most value up top. What if there's 1 or 2 of the most valuable things in the backlog? That's not what you want. So I hope that idea helps you. So using the Fibonacci series, again, you can look at ROI. You can do for sprint planning, right? You can do sprint planning too. Planning, right? So PO can use this stuff. This is how the PO uses Fibonacci series. Bet you never thought about product owners using the Fibonacci series on value and stories, did you? You're like, oh, that's a dev team. That's it. I don't get to do anything. But now you do. Now you get to use those cards that those Scrum Masters keep sharing with everyone in a group of product owners to figure out what the value is for your sprint. And that's my thought. I will share that with you. Now, Fortune Cookie Friday. I can only imagine how I'm going to apply what I just said. And of course, the dog wakes up as soon as she's like, he's opening a fortune cookie. So we're going to open the fortune cookie. I got to take a picture of this cookie before you eat it. Betty's looking at me like, I'm going to eat that right out of your hand. Okay. So Fortune Cookie Friday. We got a fortune cookie. The Agile accountants have sealed a note to us regarding this subject matter, the story, the Agile, what we do on the show, whatever. So I'm going to open up the fortune cookie. I'm going to read it, and we're going to apply whatever the Agile accountants say to what we just talked about. Okay. Love is what makes you smile when you're tired. Okay. I must love this stuff because I'm exhausted because it's really late and I got up really early. And it's almost midnight. I think it is midnight. All right, it's midnight, 12:04 here on the East Coast. Love is what makes you smile when you're tired. So I guess doing the show, I must love Agile and helping people get home to their family and friends, that I'm still doing this show and I'm still smiling. No. Actually, no, that actually does work. So I'm going to go with that. It has nothing to do with what the show is. It's the fact that I'm doing this so late and I'm exhausted right now and I'm smiling because I think sharing that with other people is important. Okay, we got a comment. Hey, Courtney. Hi, Courtney. Courtney on Cooks commenting online. If you want to know about vegan eating and raw, she's got a cookbook out there. And it's a great book. Actually, I bought a copy. And I got your book, Courtney. So I have that. And it's been 15 minutes. So I got to sign off now because my show is supposed to be under 15 minutes. Okay. Thank you for smiling. Hi. I see you. I guess I should say hello, Courtney. So you know, she's my cousin. No. Anyway, she's great. Anyway, I wish you all the best. Have a great day. Happy scrumming. Think about those ideas. Think about value. When you invest in something, do a rap, do a light freestyle. No, I'm not doing a freestyle rap. She must be out partying with her friends. No, it's not happening. You should do a freestyle rap, and then I'll share your video. How about that? She will do a freestyle rap on Facebook in an instant. So if you do a freestyle rap, Courtney, on Facebook, I will share it with everyone on my Facebook page when I get done logging this off. Anyway, I wish you all the best. Take care. Happy scrumming. Please ring the bell. Whoops. Once, twice, so you know when we go. A little Philadelphia Liberty Bell, since we're in Philadelphia. And a rap battle. Well, that's right. She doesn't drink anymore. She's sober. That's the scary thing. She's really a great person. She got a lot of energy, and she's sober. All right. Good night, Courtney. Now I'm picking on her. And you all have a wonderful day. Bye.